like a and I work for the Mexican American.
Which school are you?
So wouldn't you think that I'm just a Wakefield Middle School? 98% Latino Mexican American. You know, all I know is that I've never engaged it. And none of the colleagues that I work with have ever intimidated me. Like I said, I'm half white, half Mexican, and I don't agree with all of them. In fact, a few of them, I get in very heated discussions about politics. So we don't all think the same. We come from different backgrounds, different perspectives. And you know, I don't segregate my kids. My kids have already been segregated into a system that segregates students. So you guys should do something about the segregation of students.
I think it makes it worse when you segregate in the school.
Well, my point is that Wakefield Middle School, 98%, probably 100% minority. If it could be 1% that is non-minorities. But that's not my duty. You know?
I understand. I'm just saying it's not my doing either, and it doesn't reflect on my point.
I just wanted to let you know that about my background, and you know I'm proud of both sides.
Nice to meet you.
You know, I try to be.
You mentioned the poster.
Yeah.
Now, would you object to Jefferson Davis poster being in any of the classrooms?
As a role model.
Yeah, as a role model. But he's in a lot of classrooms in this country. He's in a lot of
And I would object equally. And all I ask is that you also object equally.
I do, yes. And we invited you to our coffee party. Discussion. I want a coffee party. We invited you to have your position on this. A lot of people moving. And we said, bring your supporters. And we'll discuss this.
I'll come sometime.
And nobody has ever showed. We've done it 3 times, and they will not.
You know, this group here, they invited me for like tomorrow night, and they said I'm going to be there Wednesday, I'm going to be there Tuesday. So they changed the date, and they made it coincide. You do the same thing and come to your coffee.
We're going to give you an invitation.
Okay.
And we want you to bring supporters. We don't want you sitting down here by yourself.
I don't know.
Congratulations for coming.
Thank you.
It's interesting that you come down here and educate this issue. I just was going to raise your question because you focused on some teachers that have come to you and testified and you took documentation about being intimidated. Now, if that's not made public some way, it cannot be credible.
Oh, it will be.
I don't know how you're going to.
We're developing the evidence.
Well, if you're going to use just 6 teachers, I don't know if you could go into the school and ask the other people, so you get a balance.
You know, it's really, really bad. I mean, go to Tucson High.
No, I was asking if you go to Tucson High.
I have the testimony of the teachers.
No, I mean you personally go to Tucson High and go interview the people, the students. You know, I mean, I don't know how you get.
Well, we're going to be investigators there starting Monday. But, you know, if I go down there, there'll just be a show. What was the name?
I mean, you know, you're talking about the team that threw off the one person. The team that you set up that threw off the one person from back east, from New Jersey.
Right.
I mean,
I didn't choose them either. That's Hoopenthal.
Oh, Hoopenthal did. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I don't have.
But they will talk to them. I'm just telling you, I have talked to the teachers that were intimidated, and it's a very ugly picture.
Well, but if there are only 6 teachers,
it's hard to believe that it happens in the United States of America.
Well, yeah, but if you're talking about. I hope there's a balance in that, and that you get, and you just don't use the 6 teachers as the justification for doing what's wrong.
Well, I mean, it's the part that I'm most emotional about, the intimidation, and as it's getting hotter, you know, because they know because got the law passed, the process is going. As it's getting hotter, they're getting more desperate. The intimidation is getting worse.
Well, I guess you're going to have to bring that to the public's attention.
I will,
and utilize it, but you're going to be looked at in terms of balance. Is it, you know, because you can't just take 6 people.
Nothing justifies intimidating people from being.
Well, if it's true.
It's true. I've talked to the people.
Well,
but is it an exception or is it the rule, right?
You know.
It's Tucson High. To me, that's
We
important.
actually go to Tucson. She goes to Tucson High,
Yeah.
and she's in the 4th Ethnic Studies class at that school.
Yeah.
And I would have to disagree with everything that you said about how the classes are taught and what they're teaching.
But you know what, you
Pedagogy, don't you?
have a right
and
to disagree with me.
I would love you to interview her or to have your interviewers
Okay, we
at
will.
Tucson High, and we'll be invading her classrooms,
We will.
interview the students and interview students like
will.
her. Because what you're saying is actually very incorrect. And she was in GATE and AP classes, and those classes are segregated, and almost majority are Anglo students. So if we have segregation happening, you need to address it at all levels and not just at the ethnic studies classes. And the specific exclusion of African American and I think Native American studies from this law tells me it's
No,
not about
the
race.
law covers it all. We just started with this because the only complaints I got were about this.
Well, and the complaint you got was prior to the law being passed, so that is an ex post facto law. I'm an attorney, I went to this school, and I disagree with everything.
Doesn't apply to this ex post
I believe it
criminal
does.
concept.
Well, I believe that you create a law to make something illegal that's
Let me just say
happening, and
this.
then it hasn't happened yet. What you're doing is illegal and unconstitutional, and I don't appreciate you destroying her classroom
word in
environment.
Let me
You
just-
had a lot of words in edgewise, and you were not speaking the truth.
Again, doesn't want to speak to the students.